Are we live?
We are live!
We are live! Yes! So, here to fight evil by moonlight. Here we are with Threeflings, Glitterhearts. Threeflings, where we fling a game at 3 players and just see what happens. So, here we are again in the wonderful town of Lunaville, and we have had our Glitterhearts characters solving mysteries, saving victims, making friends and enemies. So, without further ado, let's introduce our players and their alter egos. So, Drez.
Hello, I'm Draz. I use she, her pronouns. I'm playing Suzanne Beckett, aka Mise en Scene, who also uses she, her pronouns. She is a defender of trust and a drama teacher by daylight.
And Jess.
Hey, that's me! I'm Jess. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm playing Annette McIntyre of the Westford McIntyres. Her alter ego is Grace Novak, and she's just kind of, classy and pretty and fights evil with, white, rich, thin privilege.
And Christina.
Hi, I'm Christina. I use any pronouns, and I'm playing Mara Crane, who uses she, her pronouns, the school counselor, very buttoned up, very professional, until she takes her magical girl form, which is Nox, who is the absorber of fear.
Love it. And
my thing was desire. I gave her bullshit thing, not her real thing.
If, in the handbook of Glitterhearts, there are all these things like love, sadness, disgust, and thin white
rich lady.
One of these is not like the others.
Go, Zan, who are you?
Well, I am Zan. I use she, her pronouns, and I am playing everyone else, which means I'm mostly inhabiting Q-Bunny, their magical companion who answers to he, they pronouns, and is a magical jackalope, which they've all followed down the rabbit hole at one time or another. So, last time, you managed to save the school bake sale by confronting and running off, well, first trying to persuade, and then running off a dragon who was rather obsessed by the golden, buttery goodness of the baked pastries. And there are a lot of other mysteries still going on. He did drop a few hints on who might be behind the things such as disappearing shadows and familiars, and some sort of magical illness going around that's affecting magical girls. So, where do you want to start trying to solve these mysteries today?
If you didn't watch our Patreon behind the scenes that we do after every episode, we did do some downtime in that we used the rest and relaxation moves, except and we decided with that is that is us all driving towards the headquarters of Primrose's team, but in separate cars. So and as a result of that, both Suzanne and Annette are both isolated because we rolled bad.
We're lonely.
Mara's used to being alone with her thoughts and other people's thoughts. So
we have 2 players isolating themselves. I wonder how that's going to affect the upcoming situations.
You know, I don't
Should be
need
interesting.
emotions. I'm an empath. I'm really good at sensing other people's emotions, so I don't need my own.
Well, Annette, I'm going to say that Q Bunny and Mira are probably riding with you because they're sticking close to Kaylee.
And then so Zan let just like re-roll something like because Mira was there, just still rolled. Cause you rolled like snake eyes, didn't you?
I did
Oh yeah,
twice.
it was just meant to be a bad roll.
Yeah.
So it seems like all of you might not be jumping back into your relationships after encountering a dangerous situation. Because that could happen. You're rather new to this. You don't really know how to life balance yet. Especially as you had your lives pretty well balanced before becoming magical has thrown a wrench into things.
Obviously, everything was perfect before. I mean, it still is, obviously. There's nothing that I can't handle. However, you know, there's some growing pains.
So, is Annette actually thinking everything is perfect, or is something frustrating her?
I just realized I need she's definitely frustrated. However, that's why she has hired help.
Oh god, of course she does. Oh, yeah, she does have like Dorothy.
She has Dorothy, and as her new level up thing, she got a magical minion. Who I was
Banana.
supposed to name, and I forgot to, and we
Yes.
joked that it was named TaskRabbit, and I think that that's what we're gonna go with. I'm sure the rabbit has an actual name. You know what? Its name is Barnabas, and she's just gonna call it TaskRabbit.
Incredible.
And meanwhile, Barnabas is just like, you gave me the name Barnabas. And it's just like, yes, I am a TaskRabbit. Why do I have a name if you're not going to use it?
I can't be bothered to remember everybody's names. It distracts from what I actually have going on in my mind.
Why did you name me then?
So, what does this TaskRabbit look like?
Oh.
A normal rabbit.
I'm going to say, because it can't be too magical looking, because we already have our Almirages and Q Bunny. So I'm going to say it looks like a perfectly ordinary rabbit, but very, very teal. And
Is it Hatsune Miku Bunny?
no. I'm just gonna say it's like a vibrant teal and shimmery with like a crystal looking nose, and it has a magical cell phone on a collar so that, you know, we can keep in touch.
Amazing.
I love it. Has a magical phone.
I love it. It's a little office rabbit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
Oh my
so
god.
cute.
I'm imagining a little bunny using the phone as a PA system. So like following you around like a personal assistant.
Incredible.
That makes me very happy. Yes, it has. It can provide knowledge or assistance.
Yes, and that makes sense that Barnabas would have a tablet or a phone rather, because I bet that basically would be the size of a tablet for a bunny.
Mm-hmm.
I am loving this so much. Okay, so you're all continuing on to magical headquarters.
Yeah. Making our way downtown.
I think Mara on the way listens to like very loud metal music.
Yes.
Ooh. And is this perhaps getting your character pumped up for a confrontation, for just because it's getting you out of your head?
Yes, also I think it's funny. The idea of this like very buttoned
Yeah.
up person in like a business suit. Just
Yeah, I'm
turning on
getting
metal.
Agretzko vibes.
Yes. Yes, 100%.
Love it. And Suzanne.
Yeah, I touched on this before, but like she is currently feeling isolated, and as I mentioned in the Patreon behind the scenes, this is because that like she's feeling like that they by stopping and not like going straight to headquarters last time and like fighting the dragon and such, they weren't like she was like happy and glad that they like managed to save the big sale, but also she feels like we could have skipped that and we wouldn't be like any like further from like getting to Primrose and saving her. So like I think she's like crux like a fun thing about this whole mini campaign is that like they're basically been going non-stop, and like while they're adults that like have a better generally handle on their emotions, like they haven't like had the time to really be able to like process things. So I think like her when she's like driving to the headquarters, she's just like full of self-doubt and such, that like it's starting to build up. But like other than that, like
I can see that, especially since you've only been magical girls for a week. You should still be kind of in orientation, and you've been thrown into this situation where a lot of people are relying on you to succeed and know what you're doing.
Yeah.
But you really don't.
Because like I assume that like before this thing, like their week hasn't been that like they became magical girls a week ago, but like not much has happened since then until this point.
Until this happened, you were kind of working with Q Bunny, just trying to figure out.
There have been bake sales. There have been PTA meetings. There has been dinner with the partners. There has been my husband's college reunion. This has been a very busy week for you to just poo-poo it and say nothing has been going on. I've hardly slept.
Okay, I will say your lives have been very busy, but becoming magical girls has been more of a thing that you've been doing a couple of hours a day, figuring out how your powers work, getting a visit from Q Bunny, just kind of like he hasn't even really explained where your powers come from and why they are the way they are. You've basically just gotten a crash course, and now you've been thrown into the deep end.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that it might be time for a little group therapy session when we get to our
When you get to your destination.
Yeah. And if Mara gets there first, I think she will arrange like a little circle of chairs. Maybe make some tea.
Here's an idea. Have any of you actually been to the hideout? I know Suzanne knows where it is. Yeah, but it's only been a week.
Herself. Yeah, not only has it only been a week, but also like Suzanne, like cares about being professional and like not overstepping boundaries as a teacher with her students. Like even like like being this invested in this situation is already like erring the line for Suzanne. So yeah, she's definitely avoided actually like going to her students' hideout.
Okay. I can see that. So, you know where it is. I'm going to assume since you all just went back to the school and you're all heading straight there, that you all arrive roughly at the same time. And you're taking parking spaces, and you're faced with this rather colorful 6-story building. So it's not
Get
overly
the
large.
money.
Hmm?
How did they get the money for a 6-story building?
It's a headquarters that has been inherited. Like it's one that the council like builds on for each place that has a grouping of magical defense has like some sort of place to go to. It can be more like a rec center or community place. This is the bottom 2 floors seem to be more community based, while the upper floors seem to be more of office meetings. You know from conversations that they have things like medical facilities, and it's basically a tiny self-contained community that should have everything a group like you needs.
Funding them the school.
What was that? You cut out for the beginning of that.
Oh. Would you say they have better funding than the school?
A little.
Because it's private or public school.
That's
I
true.
was-
Theater
I would
program,
say-
so-
I would say your school does pretty well, but this place probably has more tech funding than you do.
Yeah, that is fair.
Knowing that it comes from a long line of wealth, and there have been generations of magical ghoul school girls trained here, Annette immediately feels more comfortable, because that's how you know it's reliable.
It has history.
It has history, it has legacy, and those are words that you can always count on.
I should have known that would appeal to Annette. I
These,
will say-
new websites or banks or restaurants that like jump up out of nowhere. You want like a foundation. Something where like your grandparents used to go golfing with their grandparents. That's how you know you can trust them.
I will say, though, since you know that the bottom 2 floors are mostly community-based and are generally open to the public, you're surprised to see the doors closed.
If we peek inside, like, are like the lights off? Are there any, people there?
It seems like there might be dimmed lights. If you want to make a more investigative check, though, you can.
I will glimpse the truth. That is an 8. So hold 1. What happened here recently?
Ooh. Alright, so you take a look and you realize the main entrance is locked, but it looks like there's some lights on in some of the upper floors. So it doesn't look like the building is completely empty, but for some reason they have closed it to the public for now. It's like, it doesn't appear like anyone has forced the doors closed. It seems like someone with access has temporarily closed the building. But considering there are some like low lights on and there are lights on upstairs, maybe they're away and coming back, or maybe the building is not as in use as it used to be.
I don't want to see if there's another way in. Like,
Yeah.
my video game instincts are like, can we climb to the top of the building? And I'm like, it's 6 feet, 6 stories tall. That's not. I'm not sure how feasible that is.
Maybe you. Hey, I can be vigilant. That looks for the best way in.
That's
Okay.
True. Especially that's like dangerous situations, but yes,
I mean, this could be dangerous.
that's true.
It could
Empty
indeed.
building, who knows?
Let's move.
Oh, can you is the door something that you can unlock, or is it like?
It is. Yeah.
Yeah, like can you just
Yeah.
manifest a key?
I can just find that the door just happens to be open.
Oh my goodness.
So let me try that. That's a 10.
Damn.
Okay.
I'm gonna go vigilant, actually, just to preempt things.
So yes,
Okay,
I have
awesome.
found that I don't know why you couldn't open this door.
So
Maybe you didn't pull it hard enough. You know, I've seen a lot of people try and push on a pull door. Maybe you did that.
as you open the door, you are immediately beset with some shadow creatures.
Damn. Yeah, no, that'd be vigilant.
Well, my be vigilant rule is a 6, so unfortunately it
Oh
failed.
no.
So, sorry I missed these. Surprise.
It's like with
Do we
the
get
lights
jump scared?
with the lights down low in the public areas, it would have been very difficult for you to see them. But lo and
That's
behold,
fair.
you open the door and they discover they have a way out now.
Oh no, are they containing them inside?
Ooh.
Did we release the ancient evil?
You released something, all right.
How?
Well,
Okay, so they all just run out. They're not trying to fight us. They just like come.
They are probably, because of how forceful they are and trying to get out, and you're standing right in front of the door. I'm thinking you're going to have to try and thwart peril.
Okay, I'm not good at thwarting peril. I am good at clashing, but I can try.
I rolled a 7, so
It's
on a
I-
7 to 9, the GM will offer you a worse outcome, a hard choice, or an extra price to pay. Yay!
okay. So what exactly are you trying to do?
I think leaping out of the way is the initial like instinct, because like, oh, the door's opened and suddenly a wave of stuff is coming out.
Okay. So you're attempting to leap out of the way, which you could possibly do, and you might end up in a worse position if you succeed in leaping out of the way. Or you could accidentally drag Annette down as you leap out of the way, and then Annette will be harmed.
Suzanne getting into a worse position makes sense, just because, like, you know, like, leaping out of the way might not necessarily be the best, you know, outcome to do, like, when you're, like, beset by enemies, you know? Like, maybe in the, like, the initial, like, reaction, it makes sense, because you're getting out of danger, but, like, she's probably, like, caught off guard. So, like, she's safe, but, like, caught off guard.
I'm going to say that you end up accidentally finding a chute to the basement of the building by
Oh my
falling
God.
down it.
Oh dear.
Wait, so I managed to get into the building?
Yes.
Okay. So
my-
I am going down to the basement, I guess. Is there a way to, is there fall damage in this game?
I'm going to say that your consequences, you are basically taken out of this fight unless you can figure out a way to get back in.
Okay.
And we'll just get back to you in a moment.
Seeing that our defender has run away like a coward.
Here's the thing, I technically did not run away, because that would be like leaving the building. I rushed into the building when I was... So I mean,
you found a way into the building that completely avoids the shadow bunnies.
That's true.
I wish it were really bright outside.
Ooh. You wish.
Wish me luck.
And
More than anything.
10!
Hey!
So
God, you are
great
so
back
good
here.
at rolling that
Ooh.
roll.
okay,
That's why
so
she didn't
you're
think she was a magical girl. Things just happened for her.
you're about to be bowled over by these bunnies, and you just wish
Thank you for the hydrate.
for
Thank you for the 2 hydrate.
oh,
3.
thank you.
Oh, the 4.
Stop it.
Oh, no 5. Huh? I was waiting for it.
Thank you so much. We needed that. Okay, so you just wish for a spotlight, and all of a sudden it appears, and some of the shadow bunnies are disintegrated, and the rest are forced back inside the building. What do you do next?
I momentarily shut the door, but keep my hand on it so that I can still open it again and it doesn't lock. And
Okay.
then I look to Nox. Are you in Nox form right now, or are you Mara? I look to Mara. Miss Crane. Professor Crane.
Nox form. I was going to be in Nox form and then do like a situation to try and force them back in. So yeah, I would be in my nightmare form.
Okay. Just holding the door, I'm like, that was unexpected. What now?
We have to go in. We have to get Suzanne.
You first.
Fine. Rushes in. No fear here. I absorb it. I'm going to. Are the bunnies, the shadow bunnies, still there?
They are clustered around the entrance, so if you force your way in, you will be right in the middle of them.
I would like to.
Do you want a spotlight when you go in?
Nice. I want to do a terrifying visage at them
Ooh.
and just tell them move, and intimidate them to get out of our way. Wow, that is a 5.
Oh dear.
Wait, what does that roll with? Convince someone? Emotional? Yep, that's a 5. Dang it.
Convince someone
I
through
think-
intimidation, so... Convince someone through
Oh yeah, because you're down 1 emotion.
Mhm.
For
Oh, no, wait, no, you're not.
monsters
That's
and
just me,
adventures, so
But I
you...
have
What did you
+0.
roll? You rolled a 6?
I rolled a 4, and I have a
4,
5.
okay, yeah, so, yeah.
I get a +1 to intimidate, so.
Yeah. I was just checking if there was, like, any, like, specific, like, when you fail. Okay.
No, unfortunately. For monsters, there's no
Mm.
fail condition other than XP, and
But that makes sense.
they don't probably do what I want them to, and I'm gonna run right into them.
I'll try
Yeah,
and brighten the area around you. We'll see if I could do this 3 times in a row. Wish it a lot right now.
Can we pretend that airplanes are night sky
Okay.
like shooting stars?
That's a 9.
You
So,
fucking
A
Christ.
9.
oh, all of these other times I got 2 holds, and now I just
Oh.
get
Whoa!
1. So
How
I could
much
have been
hold do you have?
Holy!
So I guess I didn't have to roll because I got 2 10s. So before I could have
Oh
locked
my
the door.
God.
Well, I guess I didn't need to roll that. I'll do it. I'll just keep the 2 other holds that I have, and I'll have a spotlight on you, and then I'll stop rolling, and I have 2 spare holds.
Okay.
But it's only for 1 minute.
So, the terrifying visage doesn't really seem to do much. You feel like you're wading through molasses, and all of a sudden, a bright light hits you and starts dissolving the shadows in your immediate vicinity, and you can move forward into the room. but
Yes.
there are more shadows.
Oh heck. Okay. We know that Suzanne is in the basement, yeah?
Mhm.
Okay. We're on the first floor, presumably?
Yes.
What if I punch through the floor?
You can certainly try.
Do you want
There's like
to do
presumably
this?
like, you know, a
I
trapdoor or
will
something
say
that you could follow Suzanne down, but
I will say it would
Good.
probably be easier to follow Suzanne down since
Yeah, that
she
would probably be easier.
found. In fact, I'm going to say that Kaylee probably followed Suzanne.
oh, maybe that's why I went further into the building than like leaping outside, because I was following Kaylee because she got into the building and I was like trying to like prevent her
Yeah.
from getting shadow bunnied.
All right,
Yeah, let's
well,
go with that.
if we see Kaylee going in nightmare form, swing down into the chute.
And Grace Novak, are you following?
Absolutely. That's my child.
All right, so you reach the basement.
And my associate.
And your sister.
Your
So
colleague.
You reach the basement, and you realize that it's a rather dark room, but there
But
are
spotlight.
there are several monitors lighting it up in certain places, and there is a figure in a swivel chair.
It's
Of
Batman.
course. Do they have a cat in that lap?
They don't have a cat. They have
A
a
Benoit?
little winged bunny.
It's always the Benoits.
And Kaylee actually walks right up to this figure, and they start talking excitedly.
Do I hear?
She knows this rabbit.
Do we
Mhm.
recognize this person? Like from around town?
Do we recognize this rabbit? Like from the garden?
I would say that the animal companions seem familiar with this rabbit. The rabbit is a sky blue with turquoise eyes and has fluffy little wings, and they fly up and they kind of like touch noses with Q Bunny and Mira, and I will if you want to do some sort of information check.
Would this be a glimpse of the truth or be vigilant? How much in danger are we?
I think this would be a glimpse of the truth.
Or
Guess who rolled Snake Eyes again?
I can
on a
ask-
6 or lower, you uncover a dark truth about yourself, the situation, or another character. But also, I mark experience, and I get another a heroic achievement.
Can I ask
Oh.
TaskRabbit about this?
Oh, what all can TaskRabbit do exactly?
It offers 2 actions. Knowledge from beyond. Let me turn down the music a little bit. Sorry. I didn't mean to turn it off. Settle down, music. When you consult with your minion, roll mystical. On a 10, you gain a piece of beneficial knowledge about the situation. The GM tells you what it is. On a 7 to 9, the GM will tell you a piece of knowledge about the situation that may or may not be beneficial. It can also do assistant. When you send your minion to perform a simple task, roll mystical. On a 10, it completes the task successfully, and you can watch through its eyes and hear through its ears. On a 7 to 9, your familiar can complete the task, but the GM will offer you a hard choice, an extra cost, or the familiar attracts attention and danger.
Okay. All right. So you have to roll.
I have to roll mystical
Okay.
and ask, and just go like, TaskRabbit, who is this?
Mm-hmm.
That's a 12.
God! Annette has the power of thin, wide, rich privilege, and for some reason that manifests in high rolls.
It's like not even using the TaskRabbit's name. You order the TaskRabbit to tell you who this is. The TaskRabbit adjusts mini spectacles, consults their phone, which now has a suspiciously familiar app.
Oh,
and
the
goes,
shadow edge of night or whatever.
And goes, yes, considering the color of that magical companion and the hood and the secrecy surrounding this figure, I would guess this would be the magical girl named Twilight. No one really knows.
Prince Sparkle?
A Twilight Princess!
She uses the app Edge of Night to communicate with individuals and is, in general, the information gatherer and troubleshooter for the council.
Oh, well, she sounds helpful. She sounds nice. All right, I'm totally fine with Kaylee hanging out with someone who can provide knowledge, get her in good with the council. That sounds big and important. This is going to be good for her. So I will tell Suzanne and Mara Crane, it's fine. This is Twilight. She's the information gatherer for the council. She seems like kind of a big deal. That's what Task Bunny says.
And her magical companion is named Vada.
Ooh. It's not named Midna.
Hey!
So, it's like, Twilight then turns to you all and goes, well, I'm glad to see that more magical girls have gotten their magic back. Or have you not lost yours?
We became magical girls within the last week. In response, it seems, to what's going on with the magical girls.
Some of us have always been what you would say magical, but, you know, it's just... I like to call it hard work. If you work hard enough and you're a people person,
and also
make
have
connections, just things kind of fall into place for you. And then this was just,
especially if you're a loan of like $1 million.
Yeah, how much startup did you have in it?
You know, my great uncle was extremely generous, and I was very fortunate that he died when I was very young, and I was the only niece of his that he liked.
I think that answers it.
Twilight is looking at all of you a bit suspiciously and going, okay, so you've had no drain on your magical power, that's good, because I haven't been able to deal with the situation upstairs because I just got Vada back not 2 days ago.
We handled that. The shadow monsters all got poofed.
How did you get Vada back? Like, did you, like, have to, like, go out and find Vada, or did Vada return to you?
It was a little bit of both, but I did follow her trail back here, where I found more of those shadows, of the bunny shadows. I did lock the door just to make sure that the general public wouldn't stumble upon them and get hurt. But also, Primrose is upstairs in the infirmary.
Oh.
She's gradually getting her strength back. We've been in communication, and but we haven't been strong enough to take on the shadows or the boss yet. Do you think you can handle
communication?
I'm curious. What do you know of this magical disease? Since she's been here this whole time, do you know anything more about it? Is she the only one?
She is not the only one, but it seems like when the magical companions lose their shadow, they lose their connection to the magic, and therefore any magical girl connected to their companion has also lost their magic. And because their bodies have grown accustomed to containing magic, the sudden loss is uncomfortable at best. At worst, it's debilitating.
You know that happened to Maria
So does that
Callas?
mean that Primrose should be recovering now?
Yes, she is
Okay,
recovering, but she's not fully recovered. She was able to make it past the shadows in the entryway and make her way up to some of the higher floors, but she is now blockaded into the infirmary and hasn't been able to escape. And I have been trapped down here for a little while, but I have been able to keep my communication network open, and we've been able to coordinate and help each other as best as we can, but we are not in a position to take on the instigator of this mess.
Interesting. So you're trapped down here. Does that mean there's no, like, easy way out?
Well, there is a way out, but there are hundreds of rabbit shadows. It might be better to find a way down from the roof of the building rather than going from the bottom up.
It was right. It was fucking right.
Although, there is an elevator shaft that does come down here. It is possible that the shadow bunnies have not been able to make it into the elevator shaft, but I have not been able to prove that hypothesis.
Well, when Zan said that Suzanne fell down to the basement, my first instinct was, I wonder if there's an elevator down there. So, like, elevator
There is.
shaft. That's, you know, next best option. I think Suzanne is, like, you know, now that, like, she knows for sure where Primrose is located, and, like, you know, that, like, she's safe for now, but, like, she's not in an ideal situation. I think Suzanne does, like, go straight ahead to go investigate the elevator shaft.
Good. Make me an investigation roll.
So would that be just a glimpse of the truth?
Yes.
That is a 5, so I fail. I'm not good at glimpsing the truth.
I would say that you find the elevator shaft, but the doors are closed, and I'd say since the power has been cut off to the elevator at this point in time, so you can't easily open the doors.
Love is not an door.
I was like, I could unlock the door, but I don't think that would help.
I don't think that's how elevator doors work.
I can open or
But
shut a door
don't-
that is unlocked.
That's true.
I mean, technically it is unlocked, but it doesn't have the power to open at this time.
Right.
I wonder if we pulled the doors together, we could muscle it open and then climb up the shaft.
You think you can do this together?
I think we might.
I I think that's a fantastic idea.
We've
I'll cheer
gotten
you
stronger.
on. I'm not physical.
Yeah, you're the one strong one.
Okay, so I'm just gonna Hulk this door. So, is someone aiding me?
It sounded like
It sounded
Annette
like-
was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a 7 on the die. And is this
Nice.
just physical?
You can decide if it's physical, emotional, mental, or mystical.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be physical. So
So
8.
I get a PowerPoint.
And you get a PowerPoint.
Hell yeah.
I'm just gonna Hulk the doors open. And just hold them. Are there any shadows in the doors?
There are not. It seems that since the power has been cut to the elevator, the shadows themselves aren't particularly strong, so they can't force their way in. So the elevator shaft looks relatively clear from what you can see.
All right.
And we're cooperative, so I get +1 to my next roll, but you put yourself in danger.
Yes.
Okay.
Like right now? I put myself in danger, I
That's what it
guess.
says. Oh no, are
All
you about to have
right.
a door
Hey,
slam on you?
wait, here's the thing.
I'm gonna hold
Who's
the door
aiding who?
against-
Because I was under the impression that Nox was the one doing the action and Annette was helping.
Yeah.
And that means that
Then I should've
Annette would
rolled.
do the "we can do this together" roll, and not Nox, who would be just doing I assume
Let me roll then. I'll do mystical.
Okay.
yeah, I think
That's
Okay.
11.
there's not really a role for just opening the. I assume it'd just be a thought peril just because it's physical.
Or just a physical.
If we're
Yeah, I was
doing
just
it,
considering it a physical roll.
Okay.
that's why I wasn't gonna do it. I was going to use my magical powers to do it.
Yeah, boost me with your magic.
If I can use mystical, then it's an 11.
Hell yeah.
If I
Oh.
must use physical, then it is an 8.
I think I'll allow it since Annette is just a charmed person that is unconsciously using magic for everything.
She really does. So
you
you
get a
get that
PowerPoint.
PowerPoint.
Oh, I get the PowerPoint.
Yes.
Excellent.
And then you get a +1 to your next roll, and then I also get a PowerPoint.
Awesome.
Nice.
Well, that's
Very
good
nice.
because I was going to see if there was a way that I could like pull the cables to pull the elevator up, or are we gonna have to climb?
It looks like you're going to have to climb. It appears
sounds
as if
dreadful.
the elevator is, if not on the top floor, nearly the top floor.
Hmm.
Can I either glimpse the truth or be vigilant? To
Sure.
see, like, what's the best way in or something?
Yeah, glimpse the truth.
Glimpse the truth? Okay. It's an 8. So, spend a hold to ask a question. What's the most dangerous thing here?
Are you talking just in the elevator shaft or in general in this building?
I'm going to talk about in the elevator shaft in general. In this vicinity, as Mara has proposed climbing up the elevator shaft.
I would say the most dangerous thing, especially if you're thinking about climbing up this elevator shaft, is handholds.
Okay.
And this is not something any of you are accustomed to doing. So if you were to slip and fall, that would be bad.
Okay.
Here's a thing I want to propose. I just leveled up like 5 minutes ago, and one of the moves that I can take is Trustful. You are able to glide and fall from any distance without taking damage. Can I take that heroic achievement and now suddenly, like, me, like, falling down to the basement, I was, like, unsurprisingly unharmed, and I was, like, kind of surprised about that, and, like, now I just, like, I can help mitigate the damages of climbing up this elevator.
I would allow that, but that would only apply to you.
Yes, but, like, I can still, like, if people fall, I can, like, help them without, like, hurting myself.
Okay. I will allow this.
Since I have one other hold, may I spend it now?
Yes.
To ask...
Hold it!
What here is not as it appears to be?
Ooh.
And by here, you mean in the room, or...
Nope, in this whole thing.
And this whole thing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because that's very strange that we would be directed to climb up an elevator shaft. I'm just saying, with the three of us... That seems like you hire people to do that. People that it's like their job to fix elevators.
Okay,
you don't hire a theater teacher, a guidance counselor, and
I'm gonna go in a bit of a different direction. Because you're thinking about things, this entire situation, and you're originally thinking that all of this was like a hostile takeover because the council wasn't operating and all that sort of thing, but why would the person behind all this hang out inside of a magical girl headquarters? This might not be as mean-spirited as you're thinking it is.
It's a friendship takeover.
It just might not be exactly the situation you were imagining in the beginning.
Okay. And then because I can always ask this even on a 6, what do they desire?
What do they desire?
Yeah.
I think they desire all of the fluffy friends. All of them.
Oh yeah, you've said that before. Okay. So
that is their greatest desire.
It's being taken over by, like, Lenny from Of Mice and Men.
I wonder, we given, like, the number for the local animal shelter and the volunteer schedule?
That would be great. That looks wonderful on a college application. I don't need to tell you that. You know that.
It really does.
And Kaylee's just like, really? Really? Alright.
Okay. So whoever this is wants fluffy friends. So we need to find them and convince them this friendship takeover would be their skills at the friendship takeover would be better suited to volunteer work.
Or, I don't know. I'm now imagining an army of shadow bunnies descending upon the Humane Society.
I think the dogs and cats would have a wonderful time with that.
You know, that's fair. It is the humans that would be the judgmental ones.
I'm just thinking about, like, what would happen if Bard were to encounter a shadow creature.
Oh no! I think he might explode.
Oh no!
Poor baby.
We hate shadows.
Which is kind of funny because he rather looks like a shadow.
Yes, he does.
Well,
all right.
As my father's proctologist says, up the shaft.
keep getting away with it.
Oh,
I'm not gonna
no.
ask why you were in that appointment
No.
room.
No. Okay.
Some of us take care of our parents.
Let's move on. Okay. So, you are going to try and climb up an elevator shaft.
Yeah, we are. And I think that, like, yeah, mise en scene will, like, help, like, use the... we can do this together to, like, help anyone getting up.
Okay. I feel like we can do this together so I don't have to thwart peril.
Yep.
Are we allowed to just, like, collect, like, we can do this together to each other in, like, in an Ouroboros and, like, any other move? Is that allowed?
Wait,
think
do we have enough to do a team move that we can just, like, really do something wild and vault ourselves up or something?
Just, like, we just hold hands in a circle and then, like, rockets, like, appear underneath us and, like, we go
Yeah.
up the shaft, like...
We have 4 power points.
Powered by friendship.
We
Like,
do, yeah. But
I don't
also,
see
I was
why
like, do we
not.
want to save those for, like, when we confront, like, the final boss, or should we just, like, go up the elevator shaft?
your choice. What do you want to do?
maybe we use that as like oh gosh, we're falling, time to put the rockets on.
Yeah.
And try and hulk up here.
I feel like I am not a climber, but I can magically aid anyone who is a climber, and maybe that will help me as well.
You know, here's the thing. I was thinking about it just now. Suzanne isn't the most physical person. She has a +0 to physical. However, she is still a drama teacher, and she is definitely, like, climbed up to, like, the top of the theater to, like, mess with the lighting
Lights,
fixtures and
yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
So, like, she's
Scaffolding.
probably got some climbing.
You have some experience in climbing in dark spaces.
Hmm.
Yeah, I can see that.
Annette used to cheerlead, but that was a long time ago.
But the thing
Of
is, Suzanne
course,
could
of course
probably,
she
like,
is.
with her new trust fall, she could probably safely get up the elevator shaft, but, like, alone. I don't think, like, that really helps anyone else.
Yeah.
Would I-
Unfortunately, that's a kind of singular ability there.
Maybe,
I love that
What-
you're a theater teacher and it's a trust fall. Sorry, that just fills me with joy.
yeah. Yeah, exactly. That was one of the reasons why I went with a combination of trust and drama teacher, because I was just like, yeah, this is a good combination. This makes sense. But I have another thing. Like, what if I climbed up to the next door in the shaft? I feel like maybe we should, like, you know, use those as checkpoints, basically.
Okay.
But also, I don't think I can force the door open.
Could I carry Grace? Like,
I
if
mean-
Suzanne can get up there, and I can probably get up there.
I mean, if you want to roll physical, that sounds like we could do it together.
Does sound like we could do it
Mhm.
together.
Because you have...
+2 to physical.
Nox with the Grace backpack.
Or +1 to physical.
Yeah.
Yeah. We could Yoda this. We could Yoda this shit.
Or if you want, I can just do some magic to get up there.
That would be cool too.
That's true. What if we have all these, like, intricate, like, plans, and then, like...
And Zan's like,
Yeah.
fall down.
No, and Grace Novak is just like, yeah, I just have this jetpack.
I just float up on the airlessness of my brain. And
This is
yeah,
a hot air balloon.
I think we should do this together. Just do you want to roll, Christina, or should I?
I will roll physical.
Okay. I'll say I can roll again on mystical if I fail, but it hurts me. Like a lot.
I'm probably. Should I just roll a physical for the climbing?
Yes.
So I got a 5.
Oh, I got 2 6s.
Oh shit.
I got a 12 on that. Since I got a 12 on a fucking physical, which I have a +0, can I, like, help the others in some way? 'Cause it sounds like I just, like,
got a
climb the fuck up.
I'd say yes, you can provide some aid.
You got a 6,
how about-
Christina?
A 6.
Can I
because I had
change-
a +1 from the last time we worked together.
Okay,
I had
good.
a
So our
+1.
relationship does not break if you got.
It does not break. I rolled a 4 on the die,
Oh my god.
and then I have a +1 for my physical, so that's a total of 5.
Oh jeez.
Oh no! So it was a 5.
Well, your relationship does break.
Wait. does break
No, sorry, 5, and then so +1 from the physical, and then +1 from our move before.
Oh, okay. So it's
So
a
6.
So you got a
seven.
7. Okay.
Okay.
No, I got a 6, so I got a 4 on the die. +2.
So you got a 6?
I got a 6.
So our
That's still
relationship breaks.
breaking. Yeah. Can
Okay.
I roll? Like, can I give you a +1 from my good success? Is that
Yeah,
a-
I think you did such a good success. I did say that you could help them. I'd say giving them a +1 would be within that realm.
Thank you.
Okay.
Whew.
Okay.
It's like, welcome to Math the Game.
Yeah.
Oh, but I was meant to have less math.
Ugh.
I
At
mean,
least it's
overall,
basic
we have
addition.
less math in this game, but still have to make sure that there are some moments.
Sounds like there's gonna be a big consequence though, but we all get up there.
You know, better than the relationship breaking right now, because if you don't know, if your relationship is broken, you cannot use "we can do this together."
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to say, as your big consequence, you do manage to all get up there and all get saved, but for one, you made a lot of noise doing this.
That
a lot more than you
makes-
were expecting.
That makes so
And-
much sense.
You're still confronted with a firmly shut door.
A firmly shut elevator door.
Yep.
I wish that door was open.
I wish.
Can I do that?
One of these times
You
that wish
can
is going to
try.
fail and it's going to have consequences.
That's a 7.
But not this time.
Not this time.
Not today.
So that's 1 hold, so I will use that to open the door.
All right. So the door opens and you can see down the hallway. And there are quite a few shadow creatures. You made enough noise that you certainly have their attention.
Well, time to fight them.
Time to shine.
Time to fight some shadows.
All right. What is the plan?
Is the I guess we should I kind of want to be vigilant to see like where our exits are.
Okay.
Oop, that is a 7, so I get 1 hold. What is my best way out?
Your best way out. There are actually some stairs leading up. I will also say that there is a door that some of the shadow creatures seem to be congregated in front of, which also appears to be the infirmary, which
Okay.
you know Primrose
Is in
is inside.
I wish it were
Right.
right in this hallway.
Let's see how bright it gets.
That's 8. So the lights turn on in this hallway for 1 minute. We have bright light.
It's like, I just love how everything's coming up roses for Annette until it probably won't.
Until it's real bad.
Oh god, like, the I wish move is so funny because, like, it's good.
So things you
It's-
could just do for yourself. She could turn on the fucking light.
I mean, like, it's good that she's succeeding all the time because she's on our side, and that's a good thing. But it's also like narratively, like infuriating, positive that like she keeps getting away with it.
She's the
I'd
worst
say-
person.
that your light reaches about 2 groups of clustered shadow creatures. I'm going to say there are 3 more in that hallway. But you have taken care of the ones right outside the elevator.
Beautiful. And I'm
I would
guessing
like-
the rest of them know us now.
Oh, they absolutely know that you're there, but that light lasts for a minute, so any one of them moving forward to attack you is going to encounter that light first. So that is a very good both offensive and defensive strategy.
Yeah.
And
I
I
would
love that
love
it's
to-
and I love how I decided it's a spotlight too, because it really suits Annette.
Yeah, it really does. It's just
it's
like
on
sometimes you catch Suzanne just looking at the line and being like, of course. Of course you do that.
What are you saying, Christina?
I have a move called It All Fits Together. Well, I experience some deja vu. Like, I feel like I've been in this building before, and I can interfere with an enemy giving a target +1. So I can give one of you +1 to mess with the shadows. And then I'm gonna punch stuff.
That will work best for Annette, just to ensure that she doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
I was about to say to give it to you because I can re-roll if I fail that.
Oh, that's true. But also, like, I'm not a fighter. All I'm gonna do
Okay.
is be, like, defending and, like, you know, keeping y'all safe.
Okay, I'll take it.
Okay. So yeah, or I could do a damage to the target.
It's true.
I'd say that's your call.
Yeah, that's your call.
Since you can reroll, I'm gonna do a damage to our target. With my deja vu.
Cool.
The power of my mind and dreams, like a swirly green tendril will kind of whip out and just slap at one of these shadows.
Ooh. And you make a roll for that.
I got a 9, which gives me 1 hold to choose one thing to do, and I'm gonna deal a damage to a target.
Nice. Okay. So, how much damage does this do? Just
one.
one?
Just
One
one.
damage?
Yeah.
Okay. So, you definitely hurt. Well, I'm gonna say that one of the shadows dissolves. Because it was already a little bit damaged by the light, but you get one of the ones that was already a little damaged, and so it just disappears.
Damaged by the light.
I was thinking that too. About how many of them are there?
I said there were 3 more groups, right? So I'm going to
Yeah.
say each group has 3, one of them now has 2, so there are 8 left.
Oh. Do we want to use our team move to try and just get rid of all of them?
Like, we can, like, this battle is in our favor anyway,
Yeah,
so
that's
I
fair.
think we should save it for something where, like, the odds are against us.
Okay. I'm going to try and hex one of them. To give us more of an advantage. There it is. That's 6, so let's reroll.
How's your health? Since
it's my
this isn't your
first...
reroll.
Yep, so now
Okay.
I'm losing a third of my health with that reroll, but that's okay. It was worth it.
Have you make the Minecraft damage sound as you...
That's fine, because I now have 11.
11.
Yep. So I have 2 holds, and they can be spent on. I will slow it, so clash actions gain +1 against it, and then I will also do 1 damage to it.
Okay. So, going to say that's another one that is partially damaged, and it is slowed. That definitely affects things. Were you aiming for... Which group were you aiming for? There's one with 2 and 2 with 3.
One of the ones with 3.
Perfect. Okay. Have any of you moved beyond the light yet?
I think we're
Alright.
using it as defense. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think, like, as soon as, like, the others, like, move out of the light, Suzanne will move forward to protect them, but, like, as long as everyone's safe, she's not going to, like, endanger herself, like, without, like, a reason.
Fair enough. Who's next?
Suzanne, did you want to do some?
No,
stuff,
she's,
or-
in combat situations, I think in this situation, she's going to, like, protect if, like, someone, like, gets attacked, or, like, thought peril if she gets attacked.
Okay.
But other than that, she's not gonna... She doesn't have a way to, like, do damage or anything.
And then I'll magic beam after on that
Yeah.
one that I slowed.
Okay, go for it.
Oof. That is a 10. So, magic damage is equal to my mystical, which is 2. So for an extra effect, I'm going to suffer 1 less harm.
Okay.
So
That-
it takes
That's probably for the
one-
best!
That one that you hit now fades.
Okay.
Fades away.
I half died for it, but I got rid of it.
I'm gonna take my pen necklace and throw it like a boomerang towards the other one, or the other group.
Oh, that was
Okay.
an 11 actually, because I had +1, but that doesn't matter.
That's
So
a
attack with your
clash.
boomerang.
All right, so it's a clash. So that's a 12
Ooh.
Nice!
and +1 actually, so 13.
Ooh!
So I'm gonna say all magical heroes get +1 forward, and
Oh, hell yeah.
and they take 2 damage, and it returns to me.
Heck yeah.
Okay,
pen.
the one you hit immediately dissolves. And so now you have 3 groups of 2 that are facing
like-
you, I think.
Because we've got the light, and because you both have a ranged form of attack, we can just stand here
Yep.
and just, like, shoot at it and, like, and not be hurt at all.
I think
So this is...
Speak for yourself. I've done plenty of
That's-
self-harm.
I think they're
That's
going
true.
to I think they're going to realize that and hightail it down the hallway and down the stairs.
So, I assume that means
Oh.
they're fleeing, because there's nothing that we're concerned about downstairs.
Mm-mm.
Right, just more shadow bunnies.
I'm okay if they
Yeah.
flee.
They're regrouping to bring more friends. We gotta move fast.
Yeah, that's very true. I'm gonna go for the infirmary. Is the door... I assume, I'm gonna knock on the door, and she's just like, Primrose, it's me, Miss Bennett. Beckett.
the door
Oh, you're so
opens
tired
immediately,
you forgot your name.
and it's just kind of staring at you in a bit of surprise, and she is holding her phone in her hand, and goes, "Oh, um, Twilight said someone was coming. I didn't realize it was you. Uh, wait, I didn't know you were magical, Miss.
Yeah, we just became magical girls this week, actually. So this is a recent development.
And meanwhile, as you're talking to Primrose, a blue form snakes in between your feet and leaps for Primrose, who then catches Mira, and they have a real touching moment of reunion. And it's just like, I thought I lost you. I thought I lost you. Where have you been? It's like it, and just kind of like tearful reunion.
Aw.
And Primrose is snuggling Mira, and then settles down and then places Mira on her shoulder and is just like, I think I know a bit about what's going on. Do you want to come into the infirmary, or are we continuing on to where the instigator is? The antagonist?
Do you know who that is, honey?
I know a bit. I don't know her name, but she has been quite a nuisance. I think for her kind, she might be very young and doesn't realize exactly how much harm she's causing. But in any case, she needs to be stopped. She's hurting all of the magical companions by doing this, and it really cannot go on.
Sounds like she needs to be grounded.
Thanks, Suzanne. Like, she was like, like we could probably go ahead. Like, we don't need to rest. And then she realized that Annette is just like, on like half health,
Bleeding from her eyes and nose.
Yeah, like, do you need something from the infirmary?
Yeah, like we're right here.
Oh yeah, we are right here at the infirmary. Do you want to come inside and we can get you healed up? And
do you think they have Vicodin?
Yes, we definitely have Vicodin. We also have a magical purple healing beam available, which might work a bit more in your case.
Also, one of those Pokemon Center stations goes da 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 da.
Yeah, I'll take both. Also, if you, I don't know, have any... let me just take a look.
Annette, we want a clear head for this confrontation.
Oh, I know. I'm just thinking up for later. Party favors.
Okay.
Oh, you get kind of gently pushed into a purple healing beam, which heals you. It takes a few minutes, but you start to feel a lot better.
Yeah. Do I need to do the rest and relaxation move? Or am I just better?
It heals all of your health points. If you want to take a little bit of rest and relaxation for some of the other benefits, I would allow it.
Just remember, if you roll low on this check, you will, because you're with friends, your relationship with one person breaks. So,
yeah, I'd rather
weigh
not.
that up.
I'm fine. I'll just take the health benefit and stay feeling isolated.
Yeah, love to feel alone with other people.
Yep.
Oof.
We can deal with those things after this is done.
Oh no, we're all having a group therapy session. We are all sitting down. with these bunnies, and we are talking about our feelings. No, you
It's
may
like-
not take Vicodin beforehand.
I will say Rosie was not in her magical girl form before, but as everyone seems prepared to go on to the next floor, she twirls a very fancy pen in her hand, which then elongates to a croquet mallet, and you see her dress kind of like poof out in very pink frills, and you see the very familiar by this point now Primrose outfit.
Her magical form name is Prima Donna because she is the star of the theater.
Yep, she is now prima donna. It's like, so her skirt is like tooled a little bit like a tutu, and definitely has little rose motifs all over the place.
Hell yeah. Alright. We ready to go?
She has that thing. Do you see it? How some girls just naturally can make their hair blow in the wind, even when she's inside.
It's like, I love how you're talking to Kaylee, even though Kaylee's downstairs with
Oh, I
Twilight.
was talking to the other two.
I mean,
I
that
just
is
assumed
magic.
you were
No.
lecturing your daughter.
No, just talking to the other
Oh,
two. But like, to be young again. That's how you win
Oh.
pageants right there. If you can make your own wind, you've really got it made.
If you happen to be an anime protagonist, you've got everything in life.
Oh no.
Wow. All right. So, you all have gathered yourselves and you have healed up, gotten a bit of information about your foe, and
Lee,
Primrose...
this is a good time. Do we want to consult our mystical creature on anything?
Yeah!
Before we go into
That
our
is
final...
true.
Let's do it.
Q Bunny is right there, and is just like, oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna roll. I rolled a 7. I feel like I've rolled low like every time. They aren't sure what's happening, but have your backs again. +1 on your next roll based on their encouragement. Just still good.
yep.
It's still not nothing.
Q Bunny's just like, I don't have any more than Primrose gave you. They sound to be young, probably not human, but I will help you as best as I am able. And then
Gets our pom poms.
takes just the tiniest sip of whiskey, and then puts it back.
Time to go upstairs.
Let's see if I have anything that I can do like beforehand.
Ooh, preparation. That's very smart.
Yeah. Ooh, I've got that deja vu move that I
Oh yeah.
have. I can spend a hold to that the target can lose something important and I know where it is.
Oh.
Ooh.
But that would definitely I would need to succeed on it.
Oh yeah.
I can also send
That
TaskRabbit
would
up there to like
crap.
scope things out for
Oh
us.
yeah, true.
You know, that's
Ooh,
true.
That would be better.
I mean, we can do both.
All
TaskRabbit,
right,
go
so you're
scout.
TaskRabbit's just like, my name is Barnaby, but yeah, I can do that. And so Barnaby hops up the stairs, one stair at a time, and
That's an 8. So TaskRabbit can do it, but you will give me a
Hell
hard
yeah.
choice and extra cost, or TaskRabbit Barnaby attracts extra attention or danger.
Okay,
Ooh.
so as you're seeing through Barnaby's eyes, you notice that the entire, like, top floor area is basically one room, lots of windows, and you just see hundreds and hundreds of rabbit creatures. But as you're looking at them, you notice that none of the rabbit creatures up here have either shadows, and also they seem suspiciously drained of color.
Mm.
In
They just look like normal bunnies now.
in the center
Do
of
normal bunnies not have shadows in Australia?
No, I meant like the drain of color
Oh, okay.
Just white furred bunnies.
in the center of this huge pile of bunnies is a rather small looking girl in a black tulle dress, and you can see behind her are furiously flicking purple wings. And
It's a fairy or an angle.
and
Fangle.
they are very much butterfly shaped wings.
Okay. So this is
Eh.
not your angle or your devil.
And it says you can see out of Barnaby's eyes, but you can't hear anything. But judging by the way she's acting, she seems to be like cooing and cuddling a bunny creature. They seem rather blank in the eyes, and a bit unresponsive, but it doesn't seem like she cares all that much. However, in order to get this view, Barnaby is now in this mass of bunnies and can't seem to get out and get back to you.
This massive pile of like pure white rabbits, and there's just one teal one. Just
Exactly. And because he is teal, possible he could attract attention at any moment.
So, Barnaby has successfully done an infiltration. It seems like, did you see that movie where Nicole Kidman was the mom to that terrible child with curly hair, and Nicole Kidman had that fabulous coat and the golden monkey, and she was taking the children and separating the children from their animals?
yeah, you're cutting out a lot.
Oh, sorry.
Like that whole like paragraph. I couldn't hear you.
She basically goes on to describe the golden compass and like the severing of the children.
Oh,
but it's very much like making Nicole Kidman the good guy in that moment. And because she really thought Nicole Kidman looked fabulous. But it's like, I think TaskRabbit is in danger. So we should go.
Wait, is TaskRabbit in danger from Nicole Kidman?
It seems like a child. And if this child is fortunate enough to grow up to look like our Nicole, what a gift that would be. However, you know how toddlers don't have any empathy? It seems like kind of that thing. Instead of teaching their child a lesson and educating them on, loss and some misguided principles about religion or something and finding the truth within, this just seems to be a little bit different. Like when you rip your Barbie's head off and hang them from a wall.
That is so interesting.
Oh, when you put Koroks on like a crucifix.
We're gonna have a discussion about that, I think.
Yeah, Mara hears that and she's just like, we're gonna need to like unpack so much.
Yeah, we're gonna unpack. We're gonna do some like play therapy. I just am really curious. I know that's usually for adults, but I'm so curious.
So
I'm
awkward.
just thinking about like because Annette saw this all from Barnaby's eyes. Like the end of like the video call, basically is just like a bunch of rabbits,
Yep.
just like filling
just
up the entire
buried.
like field of vision.
And does this message continue between you, or do you cut it off?
It doesn't say that I like am dulled to my own senses, but I will say that I, just told Barnabas, I almost said Bartleby, who is a very different character, to go up there and, scope things out. So I would actually say that they end the call, because they're like, I did the thing.
Okay.
Task accomplished.
Sounds good. All right. What do you do now?
I think I do still want to do that deja vu hold, possibly. So I'm gonna roll mystical. That's an 8, so I do get that hold. Heck yes. And our target loses something important, and I know where it is.
Is it
Loses
Barnaby?
something. Okay. I'm going to say this is a child from another dimension, and she has lost her key that opens a doorway back home. Whether she
And
lost it
Annette-
on purpose or by accident is kind of up in the air.
Annette is gonna find that key, I just know it.
Well, I know where it is, so
You do.
That's
I
true.
do. We
I'm
have
going
get
to
to it.
say it's in that upstairs room, but it's in some sort of cabinet that you know the location of.
Ooh.
Okay. Well, we'd have to get to the cabinet, but we have to go through her to get through the cabinet, so perhaps a distraction?
I can think of no one who would be better equipped to create a distraction than our lovely mise-en-scene.
Agreed.
You want me to do a performance for the child or something?
Yes. Yes.
Oh
Some
my
children's
Yes.
theater!
Yes, you totally won't find it suspicious if I just walked up there and, did a performance.
As the mother of many, when they're that little, they don't really think. They want things and they don't like things, but they don't really logic like that. They're kind
Fair.
of just like, hooray, a thing, and then they go on with it. Or they're like, I hate this, new, bad, and then, let's hope that doesn't happen.
I'm just gonna scribble in my
but,
notebook a little bit.
Mise-en-scene turns to Prima Donna and asks, has she ever actually seen you, especially in your magical girl form? Would it work if we went up together to do a performance?
I'm imagining, mime.
Yeah, I was thinking miming rabbits.
I was just thinking that too! It was pretending to be bunnies.
That would be so cute. One of you could be the head, the other the tail.
That is a plan that could possibly work.
But yeah, Zan, has this antagonist seen Primrose, or did Primrose barricading herself in the infirmary basically stop that from happening?
It's possible that she was seen, but it's just as likely that she wasn't.
Okay.
One of the things that happened, Primrose has been mostly attacking shadow creatures, trying to free more of the rabbit companions. Because once the shadows are dispatched, they return to their former place, and the rabbits can then attempt to escape, but it doesn't always work. So that's why she didn't know that Mira had escaped. But she kind of suspected when she started getting her magic back, but since she hadn't seen Mira escape, she didn't know for sure.
Nice.
So yeah, this could very well be a plan. So Primrose or Prima Donna and On Scene are going to perform. What are you going to perform for a little not quite human child?
I'm just thinking, like, would it work better if they just, like, pretended to be rabbits and just, like, did, like, a performance that way, or if they, like, did, like, a play about rabbits?
My brain
Something
just
like
went bananas and pajamas, but rabbits.
What?
My
Like
brain
weird esoteric performance art. Like we are.
My
Yeah.
brain went to a
Rabbits.
children's show that did a performance of Little Bunny Foo-Foo.
I
How
mean, my
violent
first
did it
thought was
get?
like Winnie the Pooh, the play, but where everyone was rabbits.
It's just anxiety because isn't that the character Rabbit? He's just anxious.
Yes.
It's like, whatever you want to do, you'll just have to roll for a performance.
Yeah.
Well,
What is?
yeah,
How do you?
sticks.
What stat does one use to roll for a performance? I guess Persona would.
I'm thinking it's going to be kind of a coercion roll.
Oh, so this is a
convince
convince someone. Okay, yeah. So that would be emotional, which is fun because I'm currently feeling isolated.
Do you want me to give you some magical spotlights so we can do this together? Or do you think you got this?
I think it will make sense if because you both are like, I'm the distraction. You can, but also can I? Would Primrose be able to help me out in some way, like mechanically?
Yes.
I
Primrose
completely forgot
would
it
be
was a
able to
distraction
help.
and was just like, we're putting on a show! That's the end goal!
That was the entire goal of this entire Magical Girl series, was to put on a play.
And everyone
Brava.
is perfectly themed. I love it. While you do that, I'm gonna sneak over to where I know the key is and try and be as quiet as possible.
I rolled an 8. So they'll do it, only promise something equal in return.
Oh.
Would be the outcome.
Like, you're already giving them a
However-
show.
Yeah.
What do they want from you?
Everyone's like,
But you're asking to perform
I guess we're
this. It's
Do-
like
would that be to perform, like, convince to perform the show, or like make a convincing performance?
Or do they want VIP passes?
I
Do they want a meet and greet?
would think
special intermission privileges.
I would think that this is how convincing the performance was.
Okay, yeah. Which I still don't know what the promise would be, but that's your problem, Dan. So I think Suzanne and Primrose are gonna do a performance of the Velveteen Rabbit, and just like just of like a rabbit a stuffed rabbit coming to life, and like they just do like, and that's like Velveteen Rabbit is aimed at kids, so
Oh, how
They'll
cute!
And I just do like an adaptation that is just like, yeah, of the kid and the rabbit.
Aww,
I love this.
you become
Yeah,
real.
the kid is very distracted by this performance and is just like, wait. So, what magic do you use to make stuffed animals alive? 'Cause I need
Oh
to be
no.
able to do that. That sounds like the most fun thing ever.
I don't know the answer to that.
Love. It's in the Velveteen Rabbit. It's love.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, true.
Love and
Yeah,
Scarlet Fever.
The thing is, like, I want to say love, but also, like, would this kid have a twisted idea of what love is, and will that screw us over?
Is this kid Mithrigan?
Maybe.
You can make some sort of glimpse the truth roll to
That's
see
true.
if the kid might have strange ideas about what love is.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. I rolled a 9, so that is 1 hold. And I guess the question I would ask is, I guess can you just answer that question, or do I have to ask one of these?
I'm going to answer that question. As you take a closer look at this child, you realize that with the dark skin, the bright eyes, the purple wings, that this is a being called a shadow fae. And that
so-
would explain her control over shadows and possibly some of her more skewed views on possession and love and friendship. And you know that she is out of place. This is not her home. And you don't know if anyone's looking for her, but you do know that she's very young and not really supposed to be here.
She doesn't even go here.
The power to make plushies come to life is a sense of a belonging and being at home and being, being content with yourself, being truly happy.
So that's why it's never happened for me.
And the child is looking at you and really thinking about what you're saying, and is going, but I've got all these bunnies. I am happy because they're soft and fluffy, and they are the best friends. And she's just hugging a bunny, and it's just like, because they'll never leave me, and they will always give me hugs and cuddles.
Happiness and the sense of belonging is more than just how fluffy someone is or whether they will leave you or not. Happiness and belonging is the trust that you have with those you love. The knowledge that if you let them leave, they will come back of their own volition if they truly do care about you. Love is understanding that, like, no matter how fluffy someone is or how not fluffy is someone, that doesn't matter. That's not what true happiness is.
But isn't fluffy always better? I don't understand. I don't understand what you're trying to say.
Question: is this a touch your heart roll?
You can certainly try and touch your heart roll. It's like you definitely have a bit of trust with her because you have put on this play about bunnies, and she is feeling positively towards you.
Okay.
While
I
this
got
is
an 8, so...
happening, I'm gonna try and grab TaskRabbit and scoop them up and just put them in my clutch.
I got an 8, so the next action against them gains a +1. But I don't succeed in, like, redeeming her.
Okay. So she is just confused, and then all of a sudden notices Grace
Oh no.
appearing to take one of her bunny friends and stuff them into a bag. And she goes,
no.
"Hey! Stop that! You don't get to take my friends!" And pulls out a bow.
Oh.
Put them back!
You know, better a bow than a gun. Imagine if she had a gun.
Hi! You know, I would love to do that, sweetheart, but this one actually isn't one of your bunnies. I know you want to own all of the bunnies, but this bunny already has a mommy.
Yeah, you could see her getting angry, and it's just like, "I saw you! You took my bunny!" And she's gonna fire a shot at you.
Oh god.
Okay.
I'm going to protect Annette.
I'm like, go for it. Try and hit me, child.
I wish it
Like, I haven't
That
dealt
is-
with a tantrum before.
I rolled a 9 +2 from Persona, so that would be... Actually, I'm gonna just make sure I don't have any more +1s, okay? No, yeah, okay. Yeah, I rolled an 11, so hold 2. So I'm going to redirect the attack to myself, and I'm going to put the attacker in a bad position, giving an ally +1 forward against the attack. So which I'm going to give to Annette.
Oh, sweet.
Ooh. You suffer 4 damage.
Ow.
But you do knock the child back a bit, so they're off balance. And a bit unprepared for the next attack.
Probably just surprised that I would, like, leap to
Yeah,
defend
it's like,
Annette like that.
you were having a conversation, and then all of a sudden you're now siding with someone who took one of her rabbits. This is not okay.
So one of the things I can do with I Wish is to increase the volume of my voice.
Mm-hmm.
Can I try and do that to go for the for real mom scold?
You can certainly try.
That's a 6. So this hurts a little
Oh
bit.
no,
Let's
this
try
does
again.
not... Oh,
Okay.
you can reroll,
That's a
right?
12. That hurt a lot. I'm gonna say it hurts my throat. So but I get, now I have a 12, so I get 2 holds. So I'm going to use one of them to increase or decrease the sound of my voice. And the other one, I can lift or move an object. I mean, 5 pounds or
Would
less.
that be your bunny? So
I
you're
was
moving...
thinking that, but I don't know if a bunny counts as an object because it's like alive.
Yeah, I wouldn't normally count them as an object.
Yeah.
Okay, does Barnaby have like a backpack to like store the screen in?
It's on their collar.
Is this a...
It's
Can
like
you
an
move
attached.
the collar?
Oh no! No, don't choke Barnaby!
No, I'm gonna say a small common item that can fit in my hand from somewhere is going to be a tiny rabbit plushie. That's the other thing I'm going to summon. And so my voice gets loud, and I'm going to go, "Young lady, that is not Little Miss Westport appropriate behavior," and start lecturing her. Saying, "This rabbit does not belong to you. We play nice, with other contestants' buddies. Now, do you want the timeout chair? Or do you want a new friend? And I'll hold out the plushie.
She must be so confused because she's from another
Yeah.
dimension, so none of this means anything.
She's really, really confused.
And I'm gonna say
I'm
the
thinking
plushie
this
rabbit
is-
is wearing is holding a chocolate. Like one of those
Oh.
Valentine
even
things.
better.
Aw.
Oh
Yes.
my. So you're trying to convince
Yeah.
with this?
I was trying to
Okay.
discipline her and then convince her in a very weird, she has too many
Okay.
kids, she's barely raised kind of way.
I'm gonna give you a +1 to this convince roll
Okay.
because of the situation. You're a mom, you're doing the mom voice, but you've also elevated the volume, so it's a little bit more scary for a child.
Yeah, that's fair. That gets rid of my -1.
Suzanne!
Which is good.
Suzanne definitely like sees Annette do this, and she's like, "Yeah, this is why."
Yeah, Mara's like stops the sneaking for a minute to just again take out that notebook, scribble, scribble, scribble.
Oh no.
+1, remember?
Oh, I have a +1. Huh, that's
Yeah.
a 7.
Okay, so 7. I'll do it, but only if you can reassure them. And the buddy is pretty reassuring, but I'm going to say you have to do a keep your wits roll.
Ooh.
Okay.
I don't think we've done one.
Because this child is definitely near tears, and they're going to one of their defense mechanisms is to be charming. So
I know that one
the
well.
face.
so she's going to definitely be unconsciously charming you to protect her.
Annette has met her match.
Who would
Annette walks
Annette
out
or
here with another
child?
kid.
That's a 5.
Oh no!
So, yes, she does take the stuffed rabbit and moves a bit closer to you, but is now kind of like looking at the rest a bit distrustfully and is just like, but you'll protect me, right? And it's just like, you gave me this great bunny. So now you feel the urge to protect this child. Who really only wants some bunny friends. She's not hurting anyone.
Yeah, Annette gave something to a fae, and the fae is going to do something in return.
Yeah.
This was the trade offer, and Annette didn't comprehend that.
She's like, oh, aren't you so charming? Oh, with your little
Annette!
curls. Oh, you know, you really could be a good little Miss Westport once you get a couple years older. That just came out naturally just because of, you know, Kaylee when she was your age, but I see it for you.
Yep. And so this child is now going to, like, hide behind you a little bit. Giving you a bit of a hug. And is
It's so long
now...
since one of my children hugged me voluntarily.
Oh.
And is now kind of protected against some retaliation. Because she's kind of using you a bit as a shield.
Which is funny, because I was never going to attack her or anything. So she's like... Oh, I think, like, Suzanne sees this and just, like, glances over at Mara and just be like, time to go.
Oh, I've been sneaking towards this cabinet.
Yeah.
So,
Ooh.
well, they've been doing this, the performance and the bunny. I'm using the distractedness of this child to get to the cabinet.
They are being very distracting, so you have a very good
Perfect.
chance of getting there
Yeah.
without being seen.
That's great, because I am not subtle. Is the cabinet locked? Or can I just whack it open?
Nope, the cabinet is unlocked.
I'm going to grab the key out. What is it? What does it look like? Is it like fancy and fairy-y?
That's the thing. You don't exactly know what it looks like, and there seems to be a lot of bits and bobs in this cabinet. You just know this key is in there, but you
Okay.
might need to make a roll or something to figure out which one is actually the key.
Yes. Yes, it is. Is this Glimpse the Truth?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Glimpse the true key.
I love this because I'm my life of dreams, I get an extra hold for Glimpse the Truth. So I'm going
Ooh.
to go into an almost trance in my magical girl form. Almost see her, I don't know, nodding off. All right, that is a 9, 10, 11. 11 for Glimpse the Truth, and I get an extra hold, so I get level 3. I'm gonna say, what's the most useful thing here?
Okay, the
And keep
most
the other
useful thing
2 holds.
The most useful thing there, you notice you see a bit of a magical shine on a crystal on a leather necklace. You realize that it was probably set up a bit like a latchkey so that the kid would always be able to get home.
Ah.
But they have taken it off and put it down, and you have found it.
I'm gonna take it out along with like some other like cute trinkets, some feathers and beads, and just turn to the little girl hiding behind a net and just say, did you lose something?"
And the little girl is looking at you and does her best to look like she's not interested in what you're holding, and she's just like, no, I have absolutely no idea what that is. It looks pretty.
It does look pretty, and I think that you know exactly what this is. You look like a smart cookie to me.
I don't know who you are, but I'm pretty sure I'm not supposed to say anything
Just
about that sort of thing that I absolutely don't know what it is.
Oh, it's okay. This is Aunt Grace's friend. This is Nox. You could tell her anything you would tell me, sweetheart.
Shaman
You know?
is so funny. I'm
She
sorry.
she does trust you. So I think she's going to kind of like scuff a foot and just says, it's my home key.
Do you think that someone at home is probably worried that you're not there?
No. They're always busy.
I see. That probably doesn't feel very good, does it?
Are we doing a glimpse the heart moment?
Sure.
You mean-
Yeah.
Or I
Do it.
mean, touch the heart.
Sure. Sure, I can do that. For a therapist, I have a +0 emotional. No.
And I we can do this together because I had a rapport going with the child.
You know, yeah, you have had a rapport going with the child. You did surprise them, but you haven't hurt her, so...
In fact, I prevented someone her from hurting someone else, and I didn't retaliate. I didn't get angry or harm her in any way.
That's true.
Why was my brain like, we should team attack her, but emotionally?
I mean, here's the thing: in the magical girl genre, that is a thing.
Yeah.
You know,
really is.
yeah.
In lyrical,
That is an option.
Magical girl lyrical Nanoha, she very famously has these big beams of pink light that cause friendship. But yes, I'm going to aid you with We can do this together! And I can add Persona to my... We can do this together because of my special move. So I get... and I rolled a 10, so I get 12.
Whoa!
And
Nice.
our relationship is cooperative, correct?
On your end, yes.
Yes, we are cooperative. So, your target gains +1 to their next roll, and you and your target both gain 1 additional power point. So, you already got 1 power point from me doing the move, so you get 2 extra, and I get 1. And you get a 1 + 1.
Awesome.
Nice.
So my glimpse, or what am I doing? I'm doing a
Touch to their heart.
touch their heart. That's going to be with that +1. It's going to be a 9.
Right, a 9. The next action against them gains a +1.
Starting to melt the ice.
Yeah, it's like she doesn't quite trust you completely. And gets a little belligerent and is just like, I don't need them. It's much better here anyway. I get all the friends I want, and all of you are very nice. And do you want to be my friend forever too?
Forever's a long time.
Yeah, especially for a fae. We'll probably
Yeah.
die before this kid.
Your forever is a lot longer than our forever, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
But we would be your friend as long as we could. Which isn't your forever, but is as long as we can.
Sometimes friends live very far away, but that doesn't mean that they're not your friends.
Yeah. When you're friends with someone, it doesn't mean that you have to, like, keep them close to you physically forever. Like, friendship isn't something that, exists purely on proximity. You can, care for someone on the other side of the planet.
And sometimes your friends get really into MLMs and you realize they weren't your friends at all.
Yeah. She seems more confused about this conversation about having far away friends, especially since she's like cuddling the plushie in one hand and like one of the rabbit companions in the other.
It's like, would it be okay if we were your friends for as long as we can and as best as we can? Because that's the most anybody, at least where we're from, can offer.
And she kind of pouts a bit and says, I guess that's okay.
I think Suzanne, continues her speech from before, and, just nothing else happened in between, and she's like, love, friendship, trust, those are all mutual feelings. You need the people you care about need to be able to reciprocate your, how you feel. They need to be able to, do it of their own volition. That is what true love is the knowledge that someone cares about you even if they are far away and not with you physically, but they are still thinking of you even if you don't know they are thinking of you, and you can't possibly, benefit from that love.
Are you attempting a touch their heart roll?
Yes, and there was a +1 against them last time. And I got an 11 on the dice roll, and the +1 gave me a 12, which gives it gives me an exact 12.
They see the error of their ways and leave the situation, and you may form a relationship with them. So finally it gets through to her, and she looks at the bunnies, and it clicks what you're trying to say, that controlling her friends and making sure that they can never leave isn't as fulfilling as having people that can have discussions with you and put on things like plays and creative pursuits, and maybe she's going about this all wrong. So
She's already
she
so much
cut
more mature than my son.
so she gently sets the bunny down. Not the stuffed one. She kind of hugs the stuffed one tighter and closes her eyes and kind of withdraws her magic, which starts bringing the shadows back to all of the bunny companions. And they start to regain their color, and their eyes light up, and they're a little confused, but they are unharmed. And she walks up to Nox and looks up, kind of shuffles her feet a bit and holds out her hand and is just like, I'm glad you're all my friends, but I think you're right, and it's about time that I at least visit home again. And then she looks down at the bunny in her arms and is just like, I want to try and figure out a magic to make my bunny the bestest friend I could ever have. And that might take me a while, but can I come back and visit?
Of course.
You can come back
You
even
bet-
if you haven't done that.
Yeah. I'd love to know how your progress is going, because, yeah, I'm so glad that you figured out by yourself that real friendship is something that takes time and isn't something you can just, like, you can't instantaneously become best friends with someone without, like, putting in the work, and work takes time.
Mhm.
And you figure that out all on your own.
It's such a chore. Work.
Well,
Hard work does pay off, though. That side eye. And there's always there's always ways to harness your own power and use your imagination to make things as real as you'd like them to be.
Are you talking about finding her inner goddess?
More of self-actualization, but sure, her inner goddess.
she gives you all a grin, takes the home key crystal, and says, I didn't introduce myself properly. You all can call me Zamora.
Oh, you're
And
friends with the dragon.
oh, Alistair, he's been really good to me. I've given him some shiny things, and he has brought me more friends. But I won't need him to do that anymore, so that will be fine. And what are all of your names?
And I'm so glad that you phrased it like that so she won't steal our names. I'm glad you didn't say, can I take your name or have your names? Thank you, San.
Mm-hmm. You have to be really careful about what a face says.
Yep. Well, in this form, my name is Grace Novak, but mostly people just call me Mom.
Oh,
You're gonna call her Mom? It's kind of
And-
cute, considering, you know, how problematic it is as a mother.
And it's just like,
you know, she absolutely
oh.
tells all of her kids' friends just to call her mom, and they do not.
She looks a little bit confused, but she's like, okay, Mom?
And then just Annette gives her a really big hug.
Aw.
Nox is gonna drop her nightmare form, and just say, "I'm Dr. Crane."
Hello, Dr. Crane.
Handshake.
That
Suzanne,
must have been
you know,
so annoying for you growing up when Frasier was on TV. I just made that connection.
I didn't have a doctorate growing up.
Oh, you know, that's fair.
yeah, I think Suzanne like steps out of her performance costume and returns to her normal self, and she's like, "I'm Suzanne."
Well,
But you know, some people here glances over to Primrose know me better as Ms. Beckett.
it is good to meet you all. And now that you all know my name, you can call me if you need me or, you know, just want to talk. And I can find you anywhere.
It is so nice to hear a child who wants to call instead of texting. That is so appreciated. Yes, I would love any call. Anytime. Day or night.
Oh no, 3 a.m.
She just might take you up on that.
I
Don't
forgot.
tell Faye things like that.
What a joy to hear someone's voice.
She'll just show up in your bedroom at like 3 o'clock in the morning. Yep.
Just like, come by anytime, but know that where we're from, it is very rude to show up at someone's house without a gift.
Oh,
Or
gifts
food.
of Faye. With
Oh, of course.
Bring
I'm
some Fae
so
food
glad
over.
this place has
Rules.
understands gifts. And then she kind of sighs and looks at the crystal and goes, "Well, I will see you all soon." And kind of waves goodbye. And a portal opens up behind her and she kind of just slides through.
Take
and
care,
it
darling. Keep
disappears.
working on that self-actualization thing.
Oh,
I'm so glad we managed to therapy her.
And you all have managed to diffuse the situation quite handily.
Yay!
And we didn't even need a team attacker.
And you didn't even need to attack her, although it was a bit dicey there. With her thinking you were stealing one of her friends.
Yeah. Oh.
It all got sorted out.
Then we team attack the real villain.
So, with all of the connections returned to the magical companions, and the magic returning to the magical girls, the illness has been lifted. The magical girls are getting back to work, so there's a little less pressure on you now.
Yeah.
And all of the magical companions are very grateful to have been returned. And peace has now settled over Lunaville, and you can now return to your day jobs with just a little bit of extra side work in the magical community when you choose. And Q Bunny is right there beside you, along with Barnaby. So, how do you all end off after this adventure?
I definitely see like Suzanne just like returning to being a drama teacher, and like everything is like basically like normal again. You know, Primrose is back in class, which is, you know, such a good thing. Kaylin like shows up at drama club more than she used to, I think, just because, you know, she like cares a bit more about like Suzanne and Primrose than she did previously. Maybe like I think you were alluding to her being a magical girl herself this whole time.
Mhm.
But like I'm
I'm
not
going
sure
to.
how we really know that, and maybe we'll just know that in the behind the scenes.
I
That
will
was-
elaborate on that in the behind the scenes. But I will also say that Primrose also invites you along if she felt like she needed a little extra help on certain magical cases, especially if she's taking in new magical girl in training or something like that. She still looks up to you as a bit of a mentor and keeps you in the game, so to speak.
I think the fun thing about Primrose and Suzanne's like relationship is that like Primrose looks up to me as a drama teacher, but I think I still kind of look up to her as a magical girl just because
Aw.
she has more expertise and like more time in the field. So it's like
Yeah.
there's still like power dynamics of her being a teacher and Primrose being a minor. So like it's not like an equal relationship because legally that's not possible. But I think like there's still like very mutual, like very like supportive relationship there.
Yeah, I like that.
And I don't think like this game ends with like Suzanne like in her office and then like the door opens and she looks up to see Primrose and Primrose is like, quickly, you need to come help with something. And
Yeah, it's like Primrose like opens the door and has her mallet already out. It is just like, quick, we need to go. It's like we're the closest car in the squadron.
Yeah, and the basically this is like a freeze frame of like Suzanne like running out her office.
I love it.
I think Mara is going to do her best to try and start tapping more into the dream world. Now that it's like, yes, we know that there are other dimensions, other things, and dreams are a big part of where her power comes from. So I think she's going to start trying to tap into those and use them. Start doing like some dream therapy with her clients.
Is one of her clients Annette?
I think she would maybe suggest it a little bit.
That's
Like,
unethical,
hey,
but you could recommend a friend therapist. to
a
her.
friend therapist. Okay, definitely. She would definitely keep it ethical. And
Like, you
I
can't
think
actually do
we
that.
put a card in her purse or something of someone who would help. And I think that we see her also like putting together a college packet for Caitlin of like really schools with really good photography programs. Yeah.
Oh, wait, you're treating her daughter, so actually, yes, you could, but it's still a gray area.
It would be a little weird, and also like she's mostly used to working with teenagers, so like it would be an outlier situation.
Sorry, I went into like social worker ethics brain of like, oh, could you do this actually?
It's like, and I'd say that also, Mara, Twilight probably gets in touch with you and is sending over more clients your way through video calls of other magical girls who maybe aren't doing as well and just need a little help.
Sure. And if any of them need college help as well, happy to provide that. Maybe we'll start a little like college center at the Magical Girl little college counseling office.
Hell yeah.
At the that 6-story office, if it's still going to be their hideout.
Oh yeah, it didn't get damaged really at all. So
Excellent.
it has enough room for college an office.
Because it would be good if magical girls went to the same colleges, because then they wouldn't be alone. They could,
Yeah,
start
they
their
could,
own
like-
little teams. Things
Yeah,
like
they
that.
they could like have a little bit of an exchange team program. where
Mm.
they already know a group of magical girls going into a city that they're having school in. That's a great idea.
I think that's especially a great idea when you consider in like most magical girl media, like the magical girls are teenagers, and you don't really like see even like college age magical girls, and like maybe in this world that's not only because magical girls like come magical girls as teenagers, but also like they like drift apart from their squads in early adulthood and like never like reconnect with like any of them or like making new magical girlfriends.
Yeah, imagine a world where they're normalized and they have support.
Yeah.
That's great.
Whoa.
Imagine a world where women have support.
Phew. And Annette.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Annette is her top priority is to find out how Kaylin knows this bunny and what's her relationship with Primrose? Are they just friends? Are they more than friends? Are they experimenting? Are like so she can be supportive in the best way possible. And realizing that Caitlin is into photography, she's going to start bringing Caitlin to photograph all of the events that she does, which might be like boring as sin for Caitlin, but like she's trying. And she'll try and get her like a mentorship with a photographer that she knows who like did a showing at a gallery or something. To do some good there. Knowing that she has TaskRabbit now. TaskRabbit and Dorothea, like what a relief. Bake sales are so much less of a concern, and she, you know, the twins really love TaskRabbit, so that's like some stressors gone too. She's looking into getting a second TaskRabbit. She can have like a task wing, a task hutch for Warren going to like bake and tend to the kids and answer phone calls and all sorts of things. Child management, and also finding out that the magical girls have, like,
Jess keeps cutting out for me, so this is just really funny. Just like
I've been reading. I've been reading it because it comes up on the in the chat box thing.
Yeah.
Oh no, they can
it's
hear
really
me.
funny
That sucks
to
that
hear
you
just
can't.
like just random scattered words and like this whole thing, and it's like I don't know the context, but it's very funny.
Let me try and fix my audio for you.
I did get the gist of it though.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I will say that Kaylin has been very embarrassed by your questions about the relationship she has with her friends, as well as weirdly appreciative yet not of her mom now being supportive of her photography. It's great because she gets all these she gets the support from her mom and interest that she needs, but also her mom doesn't really know exactly what interests her about her photography. So yeah, so it very mixed feelings, but
She's trying
the
to
relationship is better.
to, like, crystals and the power of healing, because she realized she introduced, you know, the Fae child to finding her inner goddess, and she's never even mentioned that to Kaylin. So they need to do some sessions on finding your light.
Wait. Does Annette think her magical girl form is her inner goddess manifested?
Yeah, I am curious about this.
Oh, Annette thinks she's just having a good hair day.
But like when she like pauses and thinks about it, but I guess Annette doesn't think, so yeah.
No,
I guess
she's not a thinker.
But
to that end, knowing that there's a committee of bunnies, her final act is to strongly but courteously suggest that there should be magical girl representation on that board, and to help facilitate that, if requested, she would be happy to take some time and fill in that spot herself, and then maybe serve as a mentor for a younger magical girl to take over. Because
Annette.
you need representation on any
Annette
board.
taking over yet another committee. I am liking this as an ending for Annette. And we'll have more of that behind the scenes. So this was Glitterhearts. And you managed to defeat the antagonists, save the town, have a lot of magical fun doing it. And that is our show for tonight.
Yay!
So we are going to leave off with who these people are in the real life and where we can find them. So we'll start off with Christina.
Hi, I'm Christina. You can find me in real life in the Threeflings Discord, where I like to post pictures of my dog and hang out. So, and I'm also on Twitter, I guess, kind of, not really. I'm on the internet around. But yeah, the easiest place to find me is in the Discord. You can also find, I know you can't find me. Yes, you can. You can find me next Saturday over on TTRPG, streaming a My Chemical Romance game. I'm so excited. I get to play an emo, wild person with lots of emotions. It's going to be interesting. We're going to have a good time.
And
Speaking of TRPG.
Yeah.
speaking of, Jess, who are you? Where can we find you?
Hey, I'm Jess. You can find me on Twitter, I guess. I'm more often on Blue Sky, or Dice Camp. I should change those out. But let's talk about TTRPG. Next Friday /Saturday at our usual Threeflings time, we will be playing on TTRPG's channel, and we are playing Good Strong Hands. So join us for that. It's for their whole Fayfest weekend. It's going to be a blast. And I actually have things to plug this week. In addition to that, I wrote for a Kickstarter that just dropped today called Queen's End Swan Song. And I'm trying to post it. There it is. And I have another one coming out next month that is part of Far Horizons. It's Afterwards, the Far Horizons Guide to Death. So I'm writing a game for that. So keep your eyes open.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
And Drez, who are you? Where can we find you?
Hello, I'm Draz. You can find me in Australia. You can also find me in our Patreon Discord, and also you can find my games on Itch.io at Drazillion.itch.io.
Who are you, Zan?
And I am Zan. Zan Larson on the internet, and I have my website right there at zanlarson.com. And that will take you to all of my online stuff, including my online store. And I'm mostly on Instagram now. I have kind of gotten away from the hellscape that is Twitter for now, but who knows if I'll need to go back. And I am going to a lot of things next month. So if you're in Indiana, I am going to be tabling at PopCon and the Indie Gay Market, which is happening during Gen Con on Saturday. So if you are going to Gen Con and want a gay experience, there is a market that is happening downtown. Look it up on Instagram and you'll be able to find out exactly where it is, but I will be there.
Heck yeah. That was our mini campaign. Thank you so much for joining us. Like I said, we're going to be on TTRPG next week. And now we're going to shoot our behind the scenes Patreon videos. So support us on Patreon, right there, to get access to that and other fun stuff. Right now we are going to go raid Neon Lights roleplay. They're playing Wildermyth. So give them some Threefy love, and we will see you next week on TTRPG's channel. Bye!
Yeah.
Bye!
Bye.